Beth Liberman to come and speak.
Thank you, Rabbi David. My beloved Jewish community in Vermont and our allies. Ani Amerikait Israelit Ge'a. I am a proud American Israeli. Born in the US, I married an Israeli and made Aliyah. We raised a child and built a life in Israel. I taught in Israel's schools and joined movements for peace and dialogue, bringing together Palestinian and Israeli women and youth. When it was time to move back to the States, we chose our beloved other home, Vermont. Because here, there is a special kind of Jewish community. And because time and again, our brave little state shows up with loving kindness for each other. I stand before you today as Director of Education of JCOGS, the Jewish community of Greater Stowe, a synagogue and cultural center serving Jews and their families throughout North and Central Vermont. In our shock and horror, grief and fear, anger and deep sadness, we, the Jewish community of Greater Stowe, stand here together with our Jewish community in Vermont and our allies to mourn for the Israelis so brutally slaughtered in the Hamas attack on innocent life. We stand with those taken hostage into Gaza and their families who wait in fear. We stand with the soldiers on the front lines and their families waiting anxiously for them at home. We stand too with the multitude of innocent Gazans caught in the crossfire. May they be spared. And with all those who seek peace and justice and a better way forward, we stand with you. My heart breaks for my dear friend in Israel who sent 2 children off to the front while mourning her co-worker who never came home. For my nieces and nephews who are holed up in safe rooms trying to shield their children from the horrors. For my 90-year-old mother-in-law who survived the atrocities of the Holocaust to only now be hiding at home alone, witnessing this pogrom unfold. And for the father who listened on the phone while his 2 daughters, cradling each other in fear, were gunned down. Is this the legacy we want to leave our children? Where you can wake up in the morning to be forced to witness your children being murdered? For me, the answer is a clear no. And that is why I am standing here. My heart breaks too for the agonizing reality that so many in this world see Am Yisrael, the people Israel, all of us Jews, as somehow inhumane. And my heart breaks for our Vermont Jewish youth, who with every conflict in Israel face the specter of anti-Semitism here, suffering at times a desolating apathy by peers who can't or won't understand. And I cry together with the Vermont mom who is afraid that her Jewish children may grow up in a world without Israel as a safe haven for all Jews. The Jewish community of Greater Stowe named our education center Olam Chesed, a world of loving kindness, because we believe that dafka, through education, we stand a chance. We can empower our children to build Olam Chesed. Loving kindness may feel like a distant dream right now, when terror attacks invade the homes of our loved ones. And yet, as our hearts ache for those suffering in Israel, we offer chesed, compassion, in countless ways, by standing in solidarity with the people of Israel, by bearing witness to the unfathomable suffering on both sides, by reaching out to friends and family in Israel, donating funds to Israeli relief efforts, and by supporting Jewish youth here in Vermont. Acts of chesed, like gathering here today, give us hope that even if difficult to imagine today, our tradition teaches that we are to fulfill the ancient commandment to be or legoyim, a light unto all nations. Olam chesed ibaneh. Our world may yet be built with loving kindness that will, b'mheira b'yameinu, speedily and soon, God willing, lead to a lasting peace.
Amen. Amen.